welcome back to the Wee Equestrian channel. So today is another sit down video where I'm going to talk about why I wanted to go into vet school, how I got into vet school, which is a process that I've went through so many times because I applied to vet school twice and I've never heard anyone with the same experience that I had, so I wanted to share that with you because I didn't have the best grades to get into vet school, so I had to figure out a way around that, and I just want to explain how I did it, how I found out about the programmes that I joined, and just help people out there know that you don't need to be the smartest person to get into vet school. What I'm going to talk about first is why I wanted to be a vet, because that's something that everybody's going to ask you, why you want to be a vet, why you want to do this, why you want to do 5 years at vet school. And the main reason for me was I grew up with animals, I was always around them, I had 2 dogs growing up, and now I have so many pets, and I'm grateful for that my mum and dad allow me to have so many. And another reason was I kind of liked the detective work behind it. Like, animals can't talk to you, so you need to get all the history from the owners, you have to examine the animal, maybe take bloods, x-rays, and you have to put that all together to try and find out what is actually wrong with the animal. And I found that so interesting that vets had to work all this out and then put it together and then diagnose the animal, find out treatment plans, find out the drugs that they needed to use, and I just found that so interesting. And I found more about that when I done work experience, which I'll later get into. Now on to grades. I studied in Scotland, so I done hires and advanced hires to get into vet school, and for my hires I took maths, English, geography, chemistry and biology. And what you needed to get into vet school was 4 A's and a B, and that's what you need to get in. But I came from a school that didn't have many people going to university, so it was in a programme with Glasgow University called the REACH programme, so that lowered your grades to 3 A's and 2 B's. So it came round to results day and I didn't get what I wanted. I think I got an A, 3 B's and a C, so I had no chance of getting into vet school even with being on the REACH programme. So I was devastated that day. Just to put it straight, I was devastated. I was like, this is it, like, I'm never going to be a vet. Like, what was I supposed to do? So after I calmed myself down from not getting the grades that I wanted, I was like, nope, this is what I want to be. I want to be a vet, and I wasn't giving up just because I didn't have the grades to become a vet. So I emailed the REACH programme and asked them, is there a way around about it? I know I didn't have the grades to get in, but was there another thing that I could apply to? Was there anything that they could help with? And they got back to me straight away about this programme called the Gateway to Veterinary Medicine down in RVC in London, the Royal Veterinary College, and they really lowered the grades down. I think I needed 5 C's at higher and 2 C's at advanced higher. Don't hold me to that, I'll leave everything in the description, all the information I'm going to talk about in the description. And also it's different for A levels and everything, so you can't just base it off higher grades. Prior to actually applying for vet school, I had done some work experience. So I done work experience at a local vet's practice where I done 1 day a week seeing consultations, seeing operations, and I also had work experience with kennels and work experience with horses as well. I made my personal statement up straight away and sent it down to RVC. You do it through UCAS. I think I applied for Gateway, Vet, Nursing, Zoology, Biovet, and applied Animal Science. They were all Scottish universities except from obviously RVC. And in a few weeks' time I had an interview invitation. So at my interview at RVC, it was like 5 or 6 little stations that you went round and you spoke to different people, and they gave you different scenarios and different things to like work out and just talk about. They were really friendly. I think RVC was one of the best interviews that I ever had. So yeah, don't panic if you've got an interview for RVC. And there was like a group task as well that we had to do, and that was fine as well. Everybody's so lovely, everybody's nervous and on the same boat as what you are, so don't be scared to like get out there, be confident but don't be overly confident, so just enjoy it. So a few months had passed and I heard back from RVC saying that I was actually shortlisted. And again, I was so disappointed. I didn't know what to do. I was like, will I just wait and see what happens. Will I see if I can do another degree and then maybe do vet med as a second degree, or just take a year out of university altogether and then apply again? So what I decided to do was just wait and see what happened, take a year out and get some more experience in vet practices and farms and apply again. Luckily enough, in August of 2018 I did get a phone call from RVC offered me a place on the Gateway to Veterinary Medicine course. I could feel the excitement and worry setting in, but that was it. I was going to be a vet. I was going down to London and I was raring to go, like I just could not wait. The way the Gateway course works is you do a year like Gateway to Veterinary Medicine and then you get to go straight onto the vet medicine course in RVC, and that's the 5-year course, or you can apply to any other university in the UK as long as you complete your year down in RVC. And there's some universities that you're guaranteed an interview, and there's some universities that you need to apply through UCAS and then you will get an interview, you might not. You just need to wait and see. Before I got to London, I did have a plan in my head that I was only going to stay there for a year and I was going to apply to Glasgow Vet School and Edinburgh Vet School just because it was nearer home and I wanted to study in Scotland for the free tuition fees for the Scottish students. The Gateway year down in London was one of the best uni years that I've had so far, just because it was a new city. I had made a great group of friends that I'm still friends with today and still use FaceTime to catch up with them. And also it was just a great opportunity to live away from home, be a student for a year. On the Gateway programme you are mixed with the biovets in the first year, but you also get separate animal handling classes and the basics of how to look after a pony and how to look after cows, and we use the ponies and calves that are there at the RVC campus in Camden. Also, I think it's like March, April time, you get to visit the RVC farm, which is like one of the best days in the year. A requirement on the Gateway programme was to go lambing, and lambing was something that I'd always wanted to do but just never had the chance to actually do it. So I was lucky enough to get a fantastic placement at a farm not too far from home. So I got to come home for about a month and it was the best experience that I had. Round about that time I had my interviews for Glasgow and Edinburgh. I can't exactly remember which order they came in, or was it before lambing, just because it feels so long ago. But I just remember that Edinburgh was the better interview and I just preferred that campus over the Glasgow one. The Glasgow campus is lovely, don't get me wrong, but Edinburgh was the one that I knew that, yeah, this is where I want to be. Once my Gateway year was over, I was off to Edinburgh to be a fresher again. I could not wait. It was the vet school that I wanted to be at, and yeah. So the first year at vet med school in Edinburgh, we do a course called AB1, which is your basic biology again, going over translation, transcription, genetics, and we also have some animal handling practicals to get us ready for the exams that we have in second year. One of the most exciting things about first year vet medicine was that we got to dissect out the full dog, looking at their muscles, their bones, their nerves, their veins, everything in the dog's body, which was really, really interesting. And we had dissections, maybe even 2-3 dissections a day. I found first year of vet school quite difficult because there was a lot of content like thrown at you at the one time and you had to learn all that for your exams, which you were sitting there for hours and hours studying, trying to get all this information in your head, and there was just so much of it. But everybody's on the same boat, and you can also get advice from your lecturers how to handle all this information and study techniques. With vet school you have to do animal handling extramural studies that you do in first and second year, which is you go and book placements around farms such as doing lambing, dairy farming, beef cattle, kennels, anything like that, and you have to do 12 weeks of that, but it is cut down now because of COVID to 6 weeks. However, first year was cut short because COVID happened, we went into lockdown, and this happened when I was on EMS placement. I missed out on the last set of exams and we just got a free pass straight into second year. And now that I'm in second year, I have been enjoying vet school more, and the content that we're covering, we've done cardiology, we've done respiratory system, we're now on to reproduction and neurology, which is really interesting. I'm enjoying it so much. We've also got quite a lot of animal handling practicals coming up with horses and cows, which I am really looking forward to. I've still got third year, fourth year and fifth year to go, and they're more of your clinical years where you start learning clinical cases and about diseases and medication. And also for the end of fourth year and the start of fifth year, you do rotations where you go around clinics and do some more operations and that kind of stuff. I'm due to graduate vet school in 2024. I know it seems so long away, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be so rewarding, so I'm just going to stick at it. And I want to come out and go into equine practices or large animal practices because that's what I'm most interested in. I'm just going to go through a couple of things that have helped me through vet school so far. And the first thing is this textbook of veterinary anatomy. This is got everything that you need for the first 2 years of studying at the vet school. Next one is the Wheater's histology book, because you do a lot of histology in the first and second year of vet school. And also the veterinary neuroanatomy is also recommended. So with COVID and the lockdown, everything is online this year, and I only go in 1 day a week for practicals and animal handling classes, which is nice because you get to get out of the house for a while, you get to see your friends socially distance and actually get hands-on with the animals. With note-taking and watching lectures, I use my laptop or my computer to actually watch the lectures, and then I have my iPad with my Apple Pencil to highlight the notes and take down anything extra that the lecturer says. I'm just going to finish it off there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about my vet journey and how I actually got into vet school, because I know it is scary applying for vet school, and if you don't have the grades you just feel like you're never going to make it. But I hope that you learn from my story that you don't need the best grades, you don't need to be the smartest person in the class to actually get into vet school. Any more questions, just pop them in the comments below and I can answer them. I'll probably make some more vet videos in the future, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!